reality, virtual reality, all this is going to blend. And I mean, if you look at again, go back to the web and the world of laptops and phones, and you look at the players, Google, obviously Apple, Samsung, and all those players are at a scale now where they need to open up very large, massive markets. They're not looking at incremental improvements. So this is,
Mhm.
again, if you're, kind of thinking in terms of entrepreneurship, into markets, you have to look at what are the hard trends. What are the things that are true, and what are the things that you maybe think are true, or you have a hunch, or and you kind of blend all that together to try to have an idea of the future. And one thing that is hard trend is that those big players need to create new multi-billion-dollar markets. I mean, that's just the nature of being a publicly traded company at that level. You have to be able to open up large markets. And so if you look at some of the work being done by Apple and Google around AR Core and ARKit, the commitment they've taken as if more of a foundational layer. You look at some of the early prototype of glasses that exist out there, from Microsoft HoloLens to even VR headsets like Oculus Quest now, that is a PC-less headset that you put on that works right away, that is absolutely amazing. And you look at Apple and Google, and it's almost a given that they will enter that market. They will come up with the technology being, almost there, the potential being so phenomenally big as far as what you could do with this, that it's a given that they're going to have good hardware-based solution, and glasses that you can put on are going to resemble, going to be a headset that like regular, cool looking glasses that give you those experiences. And that's, I would say 24 months from now, 2 years. And so as soon as you can go to the Apple store and buy for $500, a pair of glasses that give you art, give you the ability to see art in your space before you buy. You see furniture, you can see concerts in your home, and performers coming in and performing in a very different setting, in a different format, where you feel very personally connected because they're in your space, they're in your living room, they're in your bedroom, you're opening up a multi-billion-dollar market of content, of hardware, of software, apps, and so on and so forth. So these are things that are, you don't exactly know how it's going to happen, but it's a fairly easy, predictable path when you consider the financial dynamics and the pressure that are on those players and the reality of the technology. So I think for artists, this is, and for parks and cities, this is the web that they actually need. It's not the web that we have today. The 30 years old web is a very good platform for sharing information. It's a very good platform for transacting. It is not a great platform for creating emotions.
And
And
experiences, right? It's really not there yet. Yeah,
the
yep, yep.
best you have is Netflix and YouTube. That's why there's so much video content, because we all, we gravitate toward experiences that make us feel things, because we take them in much more easily than reading content. And so you've seen the web already gravitating toward this, but this is just compared to what those experiences are, this is just a, very primitive form of experience compared to what we can already see is going to be the set of experiences you're going to have in AR and VR. And so seeing this trend that as consumer, as people, we tend to want to consume content this way because it's frictionless, requires less effort. You can take a lot more. You can use your lizard brain to get information in versus having to think and process. It's a very rich form of, we utilize our brain better when we consume this form of content. You know that there is demand, that there is financial pressure from the bigger players, and that artists, and just to go back to my point, that artists and parks and those places, I think they don't have much in the web. today. It's if you're a park, you don't have much to transact about. I mean, it's like, if you're an artist, yeah, you're trying to sell art, but really, you go to an art gallery store and it looks like buying detergent on Amazon. It's the same now. Everything is unified. All stores look the same. They all on Shopify or WooCommerce, or so they all have this beautiful, designs and with a buy button and add to cart and this and that. But if you're buying art, you're not buying detergent. I mean, you're buying something that's first and foremost an emotional purchase. It's something you want to see, assess aesthetically. You want to see if it fits your space, if you how you connect with it in your environment. And because all we know is the web, the WooCommerce and the Shopify, that's how we sell it. We put it there, put photos and put dimensions, and just like you put features and photos of anything you buy. So I think there's this new web that I think is going to benefit a class of players that have kind of been force fitted into the web that we have, but are going to be this new, kind of this new engine behind these new experiences, because there's pent-up demand for them to have more capabilities to express themselves, to share emotion, to share emotions with the public. And I think this is what this phase is going to be enabling them to do. So I would expect that a lot of the innovation and the drive is going to come from these segments of the industry that are not necessarily very active on the web today, or very beneficial, not benefiting from the web that much. They are going to see this and say, okay, that's the web for us. That's the kind of things we need to invest in.
Absolutely.